Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're finishing up the day. I'm going to head this train back up to Whittier to grab. I forgot we have some sawmill cars that need to be picked up. They're not ready quite yet, but we'll wait up there. We'll grab those and then grab these on the way back. We're through the switch. I would say we meet at the... What's the station between you and me?
Well, I'm headed to Wilmot, but there's no passing siding at.
Okay.
And then there's Dillsboro, there's Cowie, there's Barker's.
I'm at Barker's right now. So should I wait at Barker's? Or should I... There's no passing track at Wilmot?
No.
Okay.
There's Barker's on that end, and there's Thomas Valley on the opposite side.
Okay. Approaching Barker's at 40. Do you think you'll derail?
Hope not.
These are pretty graduated curves.
If I derail, I'm logging.
You're gonna run away?
Yep. Could you see me on the outside of the locomotive?
Yes. No. It doesn't display like that for me.
Oh.
That's flying. That looks funny. It doesn't look that crazy from far away. It just looks crazy close up. We have arrived at the sawmill.
I am arriving at Silva.
Oh, there! Look at the timing. And I'm going to fill up here. So we can do coal and water. So I say what we do is, gosh, I don't necessarily want to sell this engine, but I also think that we definitely need a consolidated for the near future. Like once Bryson's open, we're probably going to need it. So...
You won't really need the consolidation until Alarka.
Oh, I meant Mikado. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The consolidation comes right once you get...
The Mikado will do everything you need out of a freight engine right now.
Yeah, and it's nice because it does switching too. It's kind of a... Oh, Lord. I'm screwing around here.
Yeah, I mean, I replaced the Mikado with the consolidation, so it's doing my switching on the way up and down the line. But
okay.
The Mikado is very nice to use switching.
Yeah.
It responds to your inputs. You don't have to give it 100% throttle to get the thing moving.
Yeah, it's got a lot of power. And plus, because it's the logging edition, it's got the short wheels, which gives you a lot more traction versus the road versions of the Mikado.
And then...
So it's kind of like a switcher, basically.
Once
torquey.
you get more track opened up to the west and you need more power to get up those hills...
Yeah.
Then the Mikado just...
It runs out.
Well, it's not that. It's just useful in other ways.
Yeah.
It's no longer your main freight engine, but it's going to do the job to switch Alarka and Robinson Gap.
Right.
It'll manage all that up there. It's got plenty of tender space to run back and forth and gather up all those cars and switch all those cars in that area without having to worry about the...
I think these trains come in, like these switchers come in when you have like 3 or 4 players. You got somebody bringing the trains up the main line and dropping, hey, I'm dropping off Whittier and Ella at Whittier, and then I'm dropping off, the Bryson and Alarka stuff, at Bryson, and heading on while somebody else switches them out. So
that's a whole different operating system, and you got to have enough. Well, you can do it single player like that. You can just run the mainline train, dropping cars at each location, and then you go back and switch each location.
Right. Or if you have multiplayer, then they can switch it while you're
if you have people to do it, you can too. But you also have to the railroad has to be big enough, and you have to have made enough money to buy engines to do all that.
All right. So are you done at Silva?
I'm done at Silva. I can.
Yep. All right. So we'll
in the locomotive.
So we're gonna pause here, folks. We'll be right back. All right, Javius and I just figured out that we're not going to get enough pulpwood out of the siding. So I need to buy 2 more of these pulpwood cars. Where are they? 50-foot Class F50. Oh, my phone's going to ring. All right. So, Javius, I guess if you want to grab, I hate to move the switcher all the way down the line, but we need to get those pulpwood cars going. And I don't see any other way of doing it. So if you want to bring what's the switcher number? 610? 10. No, this 10. Okay, if you want to bring number 10 down the line, and I'm bringing obviously the passenger train up the line, we're going to try to make back some of that money so that we don't go totally broke. Does that sound decent? You get those last 2 pulp cars?
The opportunity to tell you that the pulpwood cars don't make as much money as the log cars, but
oh no, yeah, but we still need to do it. Yeah,
where you'll make money is the rest of the cars that go through the cannery down there. The money you'll make off of those.
Oh yeah, and they're right at the interchange too, so they're easy delivery and yeah. So let's go ahead and get that working. It's a little frivolous. I'm coming into the East Whittier, East Whittier, right, is the yard.
Correct.
It's interesting, this passenger train takes very little coal to operate. We are really wiggly. All right, I'm on the main right now. I'm coming through on the left. I see you there. I guess if worse comes to worse and those cars come ready while I'm up on this end, I'll use this engine to move them onto the interchange. The passengers can wait. So I think I've only got 20 or 30 passengers on board anyway. Let's see. Maybe 60 passengers on board. Sweet. Okay. You are clear.
In the opposite direction.
Yeah, so I feel like the big... I don't want to do... the Pacific to me is... I mean, you can use it for freight. They did use them for freight. I don't know. The price is good on the Pacific. And it has a huge tender. So maybe. I got to think about it. We might do one of each, honestly. It wouldn't hurt to have 2 large engines.
But, I don't know. This is my personal feeling that the size of this railroad,
yeah,
the Pacific and the Berkshire and even the largest Consolidate, they just feel too.
They're a little too large.
You know, that's like, you know, New York Central, Pennsylvania, multi-line, main line, flat. Maybe not so much the Berkshire, but like that's big time steam railroading.
But I could definitely see having a Mikado next, being the next thing that we need. And if we keep the switcher, like if we don't sell any engines at this point and we start adding engines, we can use that switcher for local duties, like somewhere along the line. Like if we maybe use the Mikado to switch the line trains and use the that 3-wheeler or the 6-wheeler to just cover Silva, you know, Silva and like Dillsboro. The Mikado can work the line, and then the Consolidated can work up at the other end, putting the coal cars at Robinson's Gap and then switching around in Alarka and stuff like that, because it's got the range to get up there without having to be serviced. But I will say that the run from Silva to actual Alarka, that probably would be about as long of a run as you could get without having to put some more water in that engine, even in real life. I don't, you know, what, like 20, 30 miles. Yeah.
What people haven't played this game a lot, don't understand. I'll use more water going from Bryson to Alarka than I will from Silva to Bryson.
I just love that 600. The Atlantic is such a beautiful engine. It's not a good switcher, though, but it's a great engine.
I'm using that. I plan on keeping that for my passenger for a long time.
Yeah. Until you get over, like, maybe 5 or 6 cars. It's happy with even up to 4 cars.
You're not going to make any more money because the sawmill will only process 8 cars a day.
Right. That's a bummer.
So,
what do we do on the Rocky River Railroad? We run passengers.
We run whatever makes us money.
Oh, there's 23 passengers waiting.
That's not good. I would not run with that.
Yeah, that low rate. It's not worth it.
But
so we can just wait an hour. Should I just fast forward time an hour? What do you think? Do we risk it?
You know, I personally wouldn't. I would wait until I get these pulpwood cars.
Oh, into place so that they're filling.
On a siding, so that hour will benefit them.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to let the train sit then. And we're going to leave that like so. That's all set. And so there we go. We'll be back, folks, in just a minute. Here's JVS on his way to Silva. I'm going to hop on as brakeman in a minute here, as we grab those 2 pulpwood cars and take them up to the Connolly sidings, I guess, is probably going to be where we want to take them, right?
Yeah, I'll probably put them in Connolly P1.
Okay. JVS is coming through the station, full blast. On the wrong siding.
Oh no, I thought I had a conductor. I wasn't.
We're going to fix that right now. All right, so I need to get ahead of you then. There it goes. Parsons Tannery and Connolly P1. Okay. How many cars does Connolly P1 do?
I'm not sure. I've never taken anything there.
It will get you marshaled out of this yard. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. It's interesting. It copied the color over, but not the name. I wanted them to say River, and it didn't copy the customization on the name. All right, you are clear. And actually, I think we're clear. We're just clear, aren't we? Hop up here. Let's go, man.
So do we want to hop into the tannery and run around these things?
So why do we want them in the butt? Because that's how the siding is?
No, we'll have to push them into the siding so we don't trap the engine there.
See, now we're on the main line. All right, folks, we're going to head on up to Conley and drop these off. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, we are here at Conley, and Conley P1 is where these cars are going, and we're almost there. I think you're getting pretty close to the siding here. And so we're working our way up. Then I've got the switches set, I think. So we can drop this off, and we're going to get pulpwood into these cars also. That way, hopefully by this evening, we'll have 5 full cars of pulpwood going to the tannery so that we don't lose our contract, because that's the issue, is that these need to... Do you think these will fill up by this afternoon?
Honestly, no.
Great.
It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know.
When I run my railroad, the very first cars that get delivered are the empty pulpwood racks. Well, then you have the unload time at the other end.
Right.
So you won't get paid for them because they won't have unloaded before midnight.
I guess I'm more worried about contract violation.
Yeah. You haven't had that contract that long to be a concern, I don't think.
Okay. Alrighty, do you need me to disconnect it?
No, I can do both jobs.
Oh, look, it's filling up. Yay. Hurry up. Alright, I hopped out.
Yeah. It puts the first one in right away.
Dang it.
If you want to wait an hour and see what happens.
Yeah, we can do that because there's really nothing going on right now. You ready to wait?
Yep.
Whoops, hold on. All right, let's see what happens with the cars here. Waiting 1 hour. Time. Nope.
Okay. So that loaded
buckets.
It loaded 6.3 tons of pulpwood in one car in that hour.
Okay.
So that's a 50-ton car.
Oh. Or 40
Right.
ton. No, 50. Yeah, you're right. 50.
So I have a math machine here in my hand. And that divided by that equals 8 hours to load those cars.
So we're not going to make it. Should I cancel that contract then, or no?
No, that you're going to pay a penalty.
Oh, it's too late now. It's penalized because it's the day of.
So.
Javis is going to conduct for me here. We're going to run down to Stenzel to pick up some cars. And then we're going to we have full pulpwood cars at, that's the wrong way, at Wilmot. Or at
Barker's Pulpwood. Yeah,
so we're going to head down.
10 paying freight cars to gather up and take down, plus 5 pulpwood cars.
Excellent. So we have a little bit of money coming in, and we should be able to satisfy the contract for pulpwood, even though we don't have 5 full cars. It says it takes 5 cars a day. I don't think it means we have to deliver all 5 cars per day, do we? It just means that that's what it can consume.
Oh, it's looking for 5 cars a day.
Jeez. Okay,
But-
well, it is what it is.
Weren't really prepared when we took that contract at that level.
So we'll figure it out. We'll get it. By tomorrow, we'll have it. But what do you think we'll get a detent on our performance?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He will. Yeah, we'll be able to better manage it tomorrow.
As we need to scramble and get them delivered to the factory before the day ends. But at least they'll have some pulpwood to start working. We're delivering them to the tannery, so I guess they need pulpwood for their operations.
I don't like being required to do the passenger train if I don't feel like it. In order to keep my rep up.
Right.
Like, what if I don't want to be a passenger car service? What if I want to have a railroad where I just haul goods?
I don't know that. Let's see. Do you have to do the passengers?
Yes, you have to do the passengers once a day to keep your reputation up.
Oh, I see.
Okay, bring her back.
Now, here's a question though. Can you do passenger service like halfway? Like, can you just do like one station at each end? Or you have to stop at every station?
You need to hit each station once per day.
Yeah, so you're kind of skunked
Is my
then if you don't want to do passenger service.
But you could let the AI drive the train, and you only have to do it once.
That's true. Oh, can you start at one end and go to the other end and then just leave it?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Two
So there's
cars.
Yeah, but
two cars, and we're going uphill.
But one of the cars is staying here, isn't it?
Yep. We're gonna pull them both out. We're gonna set the empty out behind us, and then shove the other one back in. Half a car.
Okay.
3 feet. That'll do.
We got to go a little further up. I don't think it's connected to the other car yet. I'm backing it up. So really, this is probably our last run for the day, isn't it? The logs will have to go up like in the evening, the log train. But and maybe should we do another passenger run in the evening?
You can. I have to look at the passenger earnings to see if
it's worth it.
It's all time, and in this case, it's our actual time versus how much we're gonna make off of it.
Right.
Stop.
Yep.
Thank you.
See, when you have a conductor, you can do these flying maneuvers.
Hold tight.
Yep.
Okay, your switch is set.
All right. Probably put the bell on so I don't run you guys over. You can actually climb the ladders?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yep.
That's too cool.
Don't tell Micah. He doesn't like the game.
I don't like the passenger service stuff.
There you go. I got a purpley, and I'm backing it up. And so we'll pull that car back into the siding here, and then I'll run around it, and then I'll be up front. And that should work the rest of the way. In the sawmill, I can go in forward into the siding and pull the cars out that way.
Like about 2 cars.
Okay.
1 car.
Day 3 is
6
going to
feet.
Day 3 is going to be our longest day.
2 feet.
2 feet.
That'll do.
Tunk.
Go in
That'll do,
between.
pig.
No. I would. You can do whatever you want. You the boss.
Let's run around here. And when we get the sawmill cars, we can put them on the front of the train. And then when we pass the pulpwood siding, we can put the other pulpwoods on the back of the train. Then we'll have them all organized nice and neat. All right, disconnect me. I love the fact that we can see the guys working on the train. Like, that's pretty sweet. That's one thing that multiplayer does that you don't do in the regular game. It's neat to see Javius working the train.
Bring her on back.
All right, she's coming back. The number 10. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow we'll have coal in that available in Dillsboro. So that's kind of nice.
Wow, we're still on that day?
6 weeks later, yeah. This is why I never get anywhere in video games, because it's like each day takes forever. It's like 7 recording sessions. We're good to go forward?
Take her forward.
All right. Oh, yeah. So has Star Citizen been having trouble, Micah?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of bugs?
Which is aligned.
Or just server issues?
It's more of the server.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like you get on and it just won't run good until like 9 o'clock at night.
When people are off, yeah.
And then
That's probably why I never experience problems, because I usually don't play until later in the night. Like if Ryan and I play, it's usually like after 2 o'clock, you know, or not after 2, after about midnight. We play from like midnight to 2 and then go to bed.
Any brakes set?
Yes, it looks like the last car.
Okay. Did you do that, or did I?
I did not. I've just been going back and forward. And we are underway. Next stop, Whittier Sawmill. All right, we have arrived at the sawmill. We're here to pick up our next load of the night.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Going in between.
Betwixt.
They
We have
stop.
break on the third car. Second car, sorry.
right. Yeah, I went and
So-
bought tires at Bell Tire, and they're like, yeah, you want tires? Just come in, and we'll rotate them.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm like, really? I don't even have an appointment. He's like, no, just drive in.
I need to get mine rotated. I probably need new tires, honestly, but I can't really afford it.
Okay, we got plenty of coal and water, so we can
Skedaddle.
to the main. Yep, highball.
You got it. Once we get on the main track. So now we're on our way down to Barker's to pick up those pulpwood cars. Burgers. Bob Barker's. Burgers. Bob Barker's Burgers. And I am slowing the train down so that we can pick up our pulpwood cars. The last three pulpwood cars. These need to get delivered to the tannery. And then the rest of the cars are going to whoops, we forgot to whistle. The rest of the cars are going to go to wherever.
Brakes.
Yep. Yeah, now the train's starting to get heavy. Taking a little while to get started here.
50 tons of cargo plus the weight of the cars on.
And there's a full pulpwood car.
There's 3.
Yep, that's good.
All right, you're fully on the main. You're clear to highball.
I think if I save my clone to the Carrack and then I bedlog in the Carrack, what happens?
I don't know. That's a good question. That was a real nice crossing there. Here we are approaching Dillsboro, almost done with our journey. Through the early evening hours of the third day. It's been a busy, busy day for us here on the Rocky River Railroad. What was that, Micah?
It sure has.
It sure has.
They should have stopped and got water in Dillsboro.
Uh-oh. Is it bad? Yeah, it's bad. That's low. We'll be all right. We'll have to hit that first thing in the morning, though.
Yep.
When we do the pulpwood.
Handbrake set.
Brake pressure released.
Out.
All right.
Okay, take us ahead. Take us past those 3 cars. We'll grab them.
Okay.
What I'm going to have you do, we'll grab those 3 cars on the back of this.
Okay.
We'll pull them further out. I'll
Okay.
reset the switches. You can actually, we'll pull them out, back them up past the switch out there. We'll cut the engine. We'll go down.
Grab the car with
we
the
gotta
front.
set this up so we can run around this, so we can push this into the interchange.
Makes sense.
One is where you go.
Why does it always look like the wheels aren't spinning? That's weird. And then they break and they work.
One car.
Oops. Stopped a little too much. I forgot to take the brake off. I was going to slip it in and I missed. Wrong.
That
wrong.
hurts a lot when that happens.
Grabbed the wrong lever.
3 feet. That'll
Oops.
do.
All right. It's funny. I have this engine.
That'll do.
In a couple of years ago, I bought an N-scale Yard Boss set, and it has this engine. The only difference, the coal tender is very different for some reason. It's not the same coal tender, but
Does it have the little slopey back?
yeah, it's the slopey
coal
back,
tender?
which I think is Great Northern.
Okay, take her back. So I don't know why I jumped on. I gotta do this switch. The other line we were on.
So these buildings have 3 runarounds.
Slow down. Yeah.
We're reversing at the switch.
Yep.
Actually, this will work out good. You want to just push them into the interchange then from here?
Yeah.
That'd be probably the easiest, right?
Pretty sure I'd said that at least twice already.
Yeah, you did. For some reason, my brain was thinking that the engine was going to end up on the front, and I'm like, well, no, this actually works out great because it's on the back.
One car. Half a car. 3 feet. That'll do.
Ka-chunk. How do you tell how many tons it's pushing?
Bottom left corner.
Oh,
10. 10
I
cars,
see that.
367.
7 ton. That's really cool. Okay. So that's good. So we just need to service the engine now for the night, and then I think we're done for the night, right?
I believe so.
There's very much needed cash. And so we spent money to get the Dillsboro service open, but oops, it was well worth it. I can't tell where I'm at. I'm sorry, James. You'll have to guide me because I'm.
It just blew right past the water.
I know.
Might as well roll back and get the coal.
Sorry. I pressed the 2 button thinking that I would go outside the engine, and instead it threw me back to Silva. So then I couldn't see it all, and then that didn't help. So yeah. So you come back a little bit here. I'm trying to get into camera view where I can see it well.
It's alright. I got the engine.
I got it, dude. All good now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to service the engine and get her put away for the night. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And tomorrow will be day 4. And we'll have a lot to do. So, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. You want to say good night, everybody?
Good night, everybody.
See you next time. Bye.